Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. I am here to do some more news-related stuff. But before I do, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos and content. I'm at 156 subs. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate that. Now, I don't really have much else to really say about this with my introduction. I'm just gonna get right into this. That Disney is apparently now laying off. They're laying off people. They're laying off a ton of people. Yes. It was reported over the weekend that Disney is losing money and that they're not confirming they're gonna lose money. I mean, come on, it's Disney. Disney's not gonna confirm if they're losing money or not. Like, I don't even think a majority of these studios / companies, like restaurants or something, would confirm if they're going under or not. But yeah, Disney's been doing pretty bad. I mean, their stock has been dropping, and their movies have not been doing well at the box office. So they're going to be laying off a crap ton of people to save money. Now, this is not going to probably stop here. This is actually probably going to become a bigger problem down the road. I'll get to that in a second, but I want to mainly talk about right now the struggles that the Walt Disney Company is having and all of that sort of stuff. So so Disney's been struggling for quite a long time. Actually, they've been getting worse. Even with Bob Iger in charge, they were getting really bad. Bob Iger is the one who bought up all these properties and put Disney in a lot of money and debt. So he's part of the problem. Now we got Bob Chapek in charge. And Bob Chapek is worse than Bob Iger, surprisingly. I said in the past that I thought Bob Chapek was probably just as bad as Bob Iger. Well, I think he might be worse. Because the company has gotten even worse with Bob Chapek in charge. Now with Bob Chapek, unlike Bob Iger, Bob Chapek is not hiding this stuff. Bob Iger was hiding all this stuff. He was doing a lot of the same things, and he was not hiding it. I mean, he was hiding it. Bob Chapek is not hiding the stuff. That Bob Chapek is actually flat out showing everyone how bad Disney has gotten by shoving in, woke crap into, they were already kind of doing that before, but getting in business with the Florida problems and stuff like that and not staying out of it, and it's actually showing. Disney is getting worse. They're not getting any better. They're getting worse. They're getting pretty bad, and that's causing them to lay off a lot of people. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Disney's the same company that told you that their customer, well, not their employees, that they're like family to them. That's what they've said in the past. That if you work for Disney, you're their family. You're a part of the Disney family. Well, that's actually a bunch of baloney now, because apparently they don't really care about the employees. They don't care about the customers. All they care about is saving and making money. That's all they care about. So they're going to give a lot of employees the boot, and that's going to cause a lot of problems down the road, I guarantee it. And now I'm going to bring this up because I told you guys I was actually going to talk about the problems that might come down the road. This is going to be a big problem, but because the Disney company is losing a lot of money, they may be looking at these properties, and they all these properties, they have like Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar, 20th Century Fox, studios, because it's been changed to studios, but it's still something they bought. They may be looking at all this crap and may be like, you know what, we don't really need all these properties. And they could just go ahead and fire a lot of people here, because they could. They could do that. They could lay off a lot of people to save money by shutting the studios down. Now, if I were Disney, I would just sell a lot of these properties. I would sell them. because Disney's losing a lot of money. They've been losing money a lot, and when they bought Fox, they lost a majority of cash because they overspent on Fox, and basically they could sell it off instead of shutting it down. Even though Fox is actually not really worth as much as it once was, because Disney kind of ripped it apart. They burnt it down. They got rid of the Fox logo on 20th Century Fox, which I don't know if that was really their fault. That was so they didn't get the two companies confused. That makes sense, but because they don't own all of Fox. But they also shut Blue Sky down. They've canceled a lot of films in production. So they basically kind of destroyed what made Fox kind of worth that kind of money. And even then, it wasn't really worth $71 billion. So now if they were going to sell it, it probably would get sold even less. So they would not get all their money back. But they could still sell it and get a lot of their money back for it, because they don't need Fox. They have no idea what they're doing with it. They don't know what they're doing with Fox. So they could easily, sell it and all that. And they shut Blue Sky down. I don't know if I mentioned that. They shut Blue Sky down, which was part of Fox too. So they clearly won't get all their money back for Fox, but they can still get their money back. That's what I would do if I were Disney. I would sell Fox. I probably would sell Marvel, and I would keep some properties like Lucasfilm. That's fine. Even though it's kind of gone to hell, I would still keep Lucasfilm. I would keep ABC Family, but I probably would even sell the Muppets, because they don't really do nothing with the Muppets really. So I don't know. I mean, the Muppets aren't really worth a lot of money, but if I were hurting for money like Disney, I'd probably rather sell stuff off than lay off a crap ton of people. But Disney will go out of their way to keep the companies as much as they can, because instead of, selling them off, making people happy because these companies can live on, and it could save them a lot of money because they could actually get money back for selling the properties. Instead, they're probably going to just look at these companies and being like, we got a lot of employees working at these companies, and we don't really need all these companies. We don't really need Pixar or Fox or something, so we could probably just shut them down or something, I could totally see it happening. I know you guys are probably going to be disagreeing with me on this, but I totally see them doing that, because right now they've already they shut companies down in the past besides Blue Sky. They shut down the Club Penguin. They've shut that down. I'm not sure what other companies they've shut down, but they've shut down other companies they bought before. Heck, they even used to have a gaming company they shut down. So, when some of these things they shut down, I can understand why they would shut them down, not sell them off. I mean, they shut down their animation studios back in the day. The ones that made 2D animation, like Princess and the Frog, The Lion King, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, or whatever it was called. They shut those down. That makes sense, because you don't want to sell that off, because that's part of your company. But when you buy up other properties and you just shut them down instead of selling them off, then there's a problem. That's the problem with this. It's just getting really bad with them. And at this point, they're starting to be laying off a lot of people. And next, they may be looking at the companies they own, all the properties, like I mentioned, like Fox and Pixar and all that, and maybe thinking, do we really need Fox and Pixar? Because instead of, selling it off, we could just shut it down and lay off a bunch of people, putting a lot of people out of a job. And remember, right now, we're dealing with a problem where around the world, prices are increasing, things are getting more expensive, and, well, that's the same thing, but, there's a lot of shortages on stuff. So clearly, we're not really dealing with COVID much anymore, but we're still dealing with a lot of problems around the world. So at least in America, I'm not sure if this is like this in other states or not, but other countries like China or Japan or something. But we're definitely dealing with crap in the U.S. And the U.S. is a big continent, and Disney is from the U.S. So if they shut these companies down, they're going to be putting all these people out of a job, and it's just going to create more hassle. It's gonna make more people mad, and it's just gonna get really bad. So I don't know. I can totally see them doing it though. I'm not lying. I've been eyeballing ever since they shut Blue Sky down. I've been eyeballing that they're gonna shut Pixar down next or something, because they could totally do that. They could be like, we don't really need Pixar. We don't really need Fox. We could just shut them all down. I mean, they've already kind of destroyed Fox. I mean, even the Fox movies that are being made now, like Ice Age, the new Ice Age movie that came out this year, and the last year, the Wimpy Kid movie, both of them used the Disney logo and not the 20th Century Studios one. So Disney could just shut it down and just plaster their logo on Fox instead and just shut it down. They could do that. I mean, they're already going to shut Hulu down too, so I don't know what's going to happen. And they're talking about doing it, and when they talk about doing it, we know that for a fact they're going to do it. Unless it gets sold to Universal, then it's probably going to, because Universal owns still a portion of the stock of Hulu. They own 33% of it. But they don't own Hulu anymore because, Disney owns Hulu now, but they own a good portion of it. So Disney can't do anything with Hulu right now. But I can totally see them doing this though. I can see them instead of selling off these properties like they should and not piss off their employees and the audience that watches their films and all that, the audience that goes to their parks and watches their films, to the customers, they could sell them off. But instead, they're going to probably lay off employees to save money and shut them down because Disney doesn't want competition. So, yeah. So, yeah, things are not looking pretty good for this company. I have a feeling it's going to get worse. It's going to get much worse for this Disney company, and it's not going to get any better anytime soon. So, yeah, and I know a lot of people, too, are wanting Bob Chapek gone. A lot of people hate, even the people working for the Disney company, I think, hate Bob Chapek. So, I mean, even Bob Iger, the one who kind of destroyed some of Disney, he destroyed a lot of Disney. Bob Chapek is just making it worse, but because both of them were shitty CEOs. But Bob Iger even regrets making Bob Chapek the CEO. So clearly there's definitely some problems going on with the new CEO of Disney. But I don't really know what to say here. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about Disney much anymore. I'm basically at this point kind of repeating myself, but I had some things to talk about with this, so I figure I'd talk about it. It's a pretty big deal. So yeah, but if they end up shutting down Pixar or Fox or something, I won't be surprised. Well, I guess FX or something like that, because they'll probably just shut down 20th Century Studios, but because they don't own Fox, they don't own the Fox name. They only own like 60% of Fox, and they kind of destroyed a good percentage of Fox already. So yeah, it's not really worth a lot of money anymore. But I don't really know. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably let this go, though. I don't really have much else to really say about this. We're just gonna see where this goes. Like I said, guys, I think this is going to get really ugly and bad for the Disney company. If they're at the point where they're, laying off, a ton of their employees, then they might go to shutting down companies next. So that may happen because Pixar's already a direct to streaming and stuff. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens though. Anywho, I'm definitely, for real this time, I'm gonna let things go. I'll see you guys later. And hopefully things will get better, but we can only hope. I doubt things are gonna get any better for the Disney company, but for right now at least. But I've kind of gave up hope on them, honestly. I've gave up hope on Disney at this point, but I don't know, we'll have to see. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. See you guys later. Bye.